In the misty dawn of July 356 BC, the air in Pella carried the scent of wildflowers and dew. A boy was born who would reshape the world. His name was Alexander, soon to be called the Great. Even as a child, his eyes burned with curiosity and resolve. At 13, he faced the wild stallion Bucephalus. The beast reared, hooves skittering in the dirt, nostrils flaring. Alexander whispered to him, calming the creature, then leapt into the saddle. In that moment, a legend was born. By 16, Alexander rode at the head of troops into Thrace, the clash of shields echoing like thunder. 2 years later, in 336 BC, King Philip fell. Alexander seized the purple robes of Macedon and moved swiftly to secure his inheritance. On a sweltering day in Phrygia, he confronted the Gordian knot, its tangled ropes as complex as any empire. With a single, decisive stroke of his sword, he cut through it. Some called it bravado. Alexander called it destiny. In 334 BC, 30,000 infantry and 5,000 cavalry forded the Hellespont. The salt spray tasted of promise. At the Granicus River, Persian archers loosed volleys that clanged off bronze breastplates. Alexander's companion cavalry thundered forward. Dust and arrows filled the air. His charge broke Persian ranks and flung open the path into Asia Minor. He marched south, the smell of incense drifting from the gates of Iconium, the clang of hammers as the walls of Tarsus were torn down, and the chant of grateful crowds in Tyre. Everywhere he went, people hailed him as liberator. In November 333 BC, on a narrow coastal plain, with waves crashing close behind Darius's lines, opposing armies squared off under a grey sky, preparing for battle at Issus. Alexander waited. Then, with a roar, he plunged into the Persian centre. Spears splintered, chaos exploded. Darius fled, leaving his family behind. Alexander offered them honour and refuge, an act of mercy that echoed through history. Near modern Mosul, in October 331 BC, the fields lay windblown and bare, ready for the battle of Gaugamela. Persian scythed chariots charged like iron beasts. Alexander feigned retreat, then wheeled his companion cavalry into a hammer-blow strike. The tide turned. The great Persian Empire shattered that day. In the dust, Alexander raised his sword and proclaimed himself king of Asia. Through sun-baked Mesopotamia he pressed, until at the edge of the Nile, Egypt greeted him like an old friend. In 331 BC, he founded Alexandria, a city of sunlit columns, libraries filled with scrolls, and scholars debating beneath palm shadows. By 326 BC, the monsoons drummed on jungle leaves as Alexander faced King Porus of the Hydaspes River. Thunder rolled as elephants charged, blood and mud mixed underfoot. When Porus fell, he rose again. Alexander, breathless, knelt before him, and then restored him to power, calling him a worthy foe. Behind the conqueror stood his dearest friend, Hephaestion. When Hephaestion died in 324 BC, Alexander's grief shook the camp. He ordered a funeral pyre that shone like a second sun, a testament to a bond that war and empire could never sever. In the sweltering heat of Babylon, June 323 BC, at just 32, Alexander fell gravely ill. His generals watched as his final breath slipped away. They laid him in a gold-lined bier, and his empire fragmented among the Diadochi. Alexander's reign spanned barely 13 years. Yet in every city called Alexandria, in every scroll of the library, and in each whisper of Greek ideas from the Mediterranean to the Indus, his spirit endures. One man's dream of unity still echoes across millennia.